Well, that's the thing about Zions. That's the thing about Zionist Jews in terms of what they do. And so many of you know that as things have taken a turn for the very worst for the Israelis, much like any other society, the richest and most influential are the ones that have been able to get out of Ben Gurion Airport and make their pilgrimage to other places. One of the more common places that they've made their pilgrimage, as we know, is to South America, particularly Argentina. Well, it turns out that the Israelis are now popping up in Brazil. Now, again, video not coming in good to start. Let's try it one more time. But Israeli
It's a StreamYard problem, Peter, not a Colin problem.
Well, StreamYard doesn't like us to begin with.
That's, again, not a Colin problem.
Israeli tourists were beaten and kicked out of a beach in Brazil after assaulting a woman carrying a Palestinian flag, because of course they would beat a woman. Why would they ever stand up physically to a man, let's say? It's just not in their DNA now, is it?
And I hope they continue to get their asses handed to them everywhere they go in the world amongst regular people. They won't, in the higher echelons and the elites and all that, they'll be accepted because they're all disgusting. But amongst regular people, I want this to happen everywhere they go. And you know what? The arrogance of these motherfuckers. Their country is committing a Holocaust. The whole world hates them. And so they think that they should go and assault somebody in another country carrying a Palestinian flag. These are people that have never been put in their place, and it is coming down on them tenfold, and it is so good to watch.
And they're not going to know what to do. That's the thing. They're so proud. They wear it on their sleeve. What they don't understand, they are still not recognizing that no matter what happens, they are pariahs now. And whenever they attempt to go anywhere else, they are going to be met with the same fervor as they're being met with here. They should be thankful of the grace of whatever is above, that they are not being summarily executed when they go places because of what they've done to the world. More places are much more forgiving. But take solace in the fact that the state of Israel is on its way out.
Oh, definitely. It's, and in so many ways simultaneously. Physically, militarily, economically, socially, globally, like they're a pariah.
They are.
Free Palestine! 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 Free Palestine!
I want to be very clear about something that I think people are also failing to recognize. You know, one of the things that has, if not maybe the most important aspect of why Israel has been kept afloat for as long as it has, is because the United States has been financially backing Israel for as long as we have. Now, one of the things that people forget when it comes to money is the exchange. What type of money are Israelis using when they go to these other places? Eventually, they're not going to have money that will be accepted in these places. They will not be able to transition their currency as a result. The BRICS nations have no intention of doing any business whatsoever with Israel. So how do you think that's going to go over? The more the debasement happens, the more they're going to find that when they try to go to places like this, and I know you and I have a difference of opinion as to why they ended up in Brazil in the first place. I personally think—
I don't think it's a difference of opinion as much as different possibilities. I don't think we really know, but I think it's different things are possible. And actually both theories are possible.
Yes, and I also, but again, but as I pointed out, what I do believe is that what you have here are a lot of people that have probably relocated to Argentina and have been making their way through South America, and they found their way in what, again, if you're picking a coastal community in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro naturally comes to mind. So you assume if that's where they are and they're causing a ruckus, this is the thing, like you were saying, well, what if Netanyahu just went away? Well, the only way that that would make sense is if he had facial reconstruction surgery and people couldn't recognize him. Because if he's recognized, people are going to put him out there on blast. This is no different than the theory that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive and he's showing up in places and people are like, hey, that guy looks like Jeffrey Epstein.
If those are real or if that's them just fucking with us. Like at this point, I don't know. And at this point, we don't know what to believe. Even when we see it, we don't know that we can believe it. So that's the problem. All right. So Peter believes that the Israelis are basically sneaking into Brazil from Argentina. Is that what you think? Like that they're just sort of like,
I don't even necessarily know if they're just sneaking in. I just think that we know that they're in Argentina. We know that they've made their way there. Has favela called Israel.
Let me tell you something, and I don't ever told you this, but like I used to know a woman who her family is Israeli, but she was born in Brazil. There is a very strong link with the Zionists, Israel, and Brazil. There have always been. There's a lot of Israelis that have always lived in Brazil. So that's what I was saying to you, which my theory is that they go there in the same manner in which they go to Argentina. I think it's they go to both countries as opposed to they go to one and sneak into another. I mean, I don't think they're kept out of Brazil because I didn't know there was a favela there named that, but I'm not surprised.
In the end, as I've been saying, as you've been saying, they are on borrowed time. And when they make their venture into other cultures and they show themselves, they're not wanted. They are not accepted. And eventually, the arc of history is going to bend against them. And may it happen sooner rather than later.